Hello, we're the Clark family, and we've sold our house and packed up our lives and moved to Galicia in northern Spain.
So follow us as we start our new lives, learn new skills, join a new community and try to live a more sustainable life. It's a bit wobbly. It's going backwards, isn't it?
Try again, shall we?
Do it again. Better.
Are we moving?
Yeah,
Are we slowly sinking?
we're going forwards. You
All
ready? You ready? You ready?
Should we just stand up?
Why are you so tall?
Why are you so short? Welcome back to Galicia. As you can see, the weather's taken a change for the better. After a couple of weeks of torrential rain and storm, the sun's finally come out.
For now.
Yeah, for now. It's not that funny, but for now, it's out. In the Polytunnel this morning when we opened it up, it was 42 degrees in here. It's about 18 outside, so it's a lovely sunny day. Days are really getting shorter now, as you can expect this time of year, but this sunshine is absolutely lovely. As you can see behind us, you may notice that the plastic's part on the Polytunnel, but we'll come back to that later on in the video. So what we've been doing this weekend?
Oh, last week on Friday it was the Magosto festival, which I think is a Galicia thing, and it's the festival to do with the sweet chestnuts. And it's not a big festival, it's not a day off work festival. The kids, they had a party at school though, which is pretty cool in the afternoon. Normally you'd have sweet chestnuts, but it's been a bad year for them this year, so
some fungus has infected them, and the trees have dropped the fruit early, so they've not got to size.
It's been too warm and too wet for them apparently this year. But we discovered that within our little town there's a small association of all of their neighbours, and we were invited to, well, they call it a fiesta, but it wasn't sort of a traditional fiesta, it was more of a sit down lunch. And in the old schoolhouse in our tiny little village, the neighbours all clubbed together and paid to have it renovated, and now they use it. I suppose you would compare it to sort of like a church hall or a village hall in the UK. And again, normally the neighbours would have sweet chestnuts, but there's not any. So we had octopus and potatoes and empanadas and cake. And a bit of a knees up really with all of the neighbours, and we didn't realise that there was that many people here. But it was really cool. We sat and chatted, sort of chatted. One of the families that were up in the village, their eldest daughter moved out of the area for work, as is common here, but she came back with her daughter who is 11 and has been learning English since she was young, so we had a bit of a Spanish lesson with her, which was pretty cool. She translated all of the stuff. And right at the beginning of it, actually, we were introduced as the family Clark that now live here, and not really sure exactly what they said, but everybody gave us a round of applause to introduce us into the town. It was amazing, wasn't it? It was such an incredible afternoon / evening. So yeah, we're really, really lucky about that. Hey. Hey. At the festival / lunch on Saturday, I discovered that the school hall is actually used for other things as well. One of which being a painting class on a Monday, and the other being they called it a gymnastics class on a Tuesday, but I can't see it being actual gymnastics. I imagine it's some sort of like aerobics kind of thing. I'm not into gymnastics or aerobics, but I thought that I'd go along to the painting class on Monday, and just like, what an incredible group of women. We didn't really do a great amount of painting. We did quite a lot of chatting. They did quite a lot of chatting, and I did a little bit of trying to work out what was going on. They taught me some rude words. That was pretty cool. And yeah, I have started doing sort of a cloth painting, which I'm really looking forward to carrying on going that and really getting myself integrated with the women of the town.
Yesterday we went to Lugo, which we're actually in the province of Lugo here, so that's the sort of main city of the province, to sort out our TIE card at the police station there, and it went very easily, very simply. We had all the documentation ready, which the lady who sorted out our visas advised us upon, and she made all the bookings for us. So we went up to Lugo yesterday, in and out the police station within about 25 minutes, I think it was, the four of us. Simple process, had our fingerprints taken, the forms were already filled out, so it's just a matter of them checking the passports, etc, and they gave us a certificate which we need to take back in about 40 days to go and pick our TIE cards up. Not really sure what the TIE card is for, but we've got one and we're very pleased about it.
It's going to make things like getting our medical cards sorted possible, and also your Spanish tax and stuff.
Yeah,
we can't do that without that. So,
and get the van swapped over to Spanish plates.
Yeah, from
the current German ones that it's on at the minute.
Yeah, so it just seems sort of administration task after administration task, doesn't it?
But yeah, it's another one done, it's another one ticked down.
Yeah,
ticked off. And we've also had a bit of a mystery this week on the Finca. 2 days ago it was absolutely hammering down with rain most of the day, so we spent most of the day indoors. I was working, Emma was cooking, and then I went and did a workout on my watt bike, and Emma gave us a shout that the garden, or the grass, or the overgrowth as it was at the bottom of the Finca had been cut. We started cutting it earlier on in the year, but I'd broke the lawnmower because I was being too aggressive with it, and spare part is sat in the garage waiting to be fitted, and plus it's been very wet down there, so I don't think our little mower would have dealt with the wet ground down there. But somebody's been and cut it, and we didn't see them do it, we didn't hear them do it, and we've not got a clue who's done it, but whoever's done it, thank you very much.
Saved us a job.
saved us a job, and probably done a better job than what we could do anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks very much if you're watching, whoever it is.
But probably not.
But probably not. Also, we've got the rainwater harvesting system finished, as you know, from last week, and we've been monitoring the water use of the irrigation system, which we'll come on to later in the video. But I think you'll be equally surprised as I was, and we may have to have a bit of head scratching and rethink about how we do this irrigation. So we've got these old fence posts, and we're going to just sort of temporarily tack these to the bottom of the polythene, in the hope that it stops, adds a bit more friction, stops the polythene pulling out so easy, adds a bit of extra weight, and helps the soil sort of grab hold of the polythene a bit better really. Ideally I'd like a lath of timber over the top of this to help hold on to them, but I haven't got any, and we got it up and the wind's picking up, so we need to get it backfilled quick. Got more hunt?
Yeah.
There's the dogs.
Yeah.
Some sort of hunt on today. We've seen, I don't know, about 20 trucks go past with guys with high vises on, towing trailers with dogs in, and a couple of them had habali or wild boar strapped to the top of the trailers. So I don't know whether it's the first day of the season today or something, but they're all out shooting. So we've got the plastic back on the polytunnel. I'll run you through the upgrades of Polytunnel 2.0. We've swapped the way that this integrates, the side polythene and the front polythene integrate. Before, the side polythene wrapped over the top of the front polythene, so we think that was a factor in the wind getting underneath it. So what we've done this time is put the side polythene on first and then the front polythene on afterwards, so there's nothing physically for the wind to be able to get underneath. Secondly, I think one of the problem was that the clips, so these clips here, these steel spring clips, I think what must have happened is down the bottom here, one or two of the clips popped off, allowing the wind to get inside. So what I've done, I've taped over each clip, so to hopefully hold them on so they can't pop off, and also I've taped down any loose edges, so even though the wind would have to be coming from that direction, which it very rarely does, the prevailing wind is from this direction, yeah, the wind can't get under, so shouldn't be able to bring the front off to pop it off. Another thing we've done is, as you've seen, the polythene along this edge here and sort of a quarter away up the edge on the far side, we've screwed some old fence posts to it, so they were just lying at the top of the garden, so we've screwed that to the polythene, so wrapped the polythene around it, screwed it in. They're laying in the bottom of the trench, and then the spoil's gone on there, so if the wind should get underneath, which hopefully it won't, it'll hold it in rather than the polythene being able to be pulled out by the ground. So that's what we've done. Who knows whether it's going to work. I'm sure there's going to be storms big enough that are going to stop that will absolutely destroy this, but we've given it our best shot. We'll see how we go. Good luck, everybody. Beautiful day here today in Galicia. After a fair old few weeks of rain, the sun's out. I think it's about 18 degrees, about 25 in the polytunnel, so that's why I'm in my short sleeves. Just popped up to the I'm messing around with the irrigation system again. I'm sure you're all fed up with it. But now we've got the plastic back on, it's drying up very quickly in there, especially with sort of 25 degrees during the daytime, especially today. So it's drying out very quickly, so messing around with the irrigation system, getting that, making sure it's working properly. Just give you an update on how much water we've got in the barrels. So we have the two black IBC tanks. If you're new to the channel, they're black ones to stop algae build-up inside. If they're the white clear ones, the sunlight allows algae, that's easy for me to say, algae to proliferate inside them. So the blackness keeps that away and keeps the water nice and fresh. They've been up here for I don't know, a week and a half now, and we've drained it a little bit when we've been messing around with the irrigation. But with all the rain that we've had of late, Yeah, this is the second tank. We're full to the top. So that system that I scratched my head about a lot, whether it should work or not, it does. So if you're just wondering about that, this tank here fills up first from the drain pipe off the roof of the old pigsty. Fills up into here, and as it fills up, obviously it drains out of this. See if we can get this valve here, and then runs along this pipe here, and with the water pressure equaling itself out across the two barrels, fills. Oh, here we go. Fills this second barrel up here. So as this fills up equally. So they're exactly the same, just due to the water pressure with the two pipes at the bottom. And obviously the valve, the third valve off the T there, that's the one which we open to irrigate the polytunnel. Okay, so we're on with the irrigation system, as I mentioned, in the polytunnel again. Just show you quickly how these fittings and irrigation pieces work. So this is an irrigation spike, and you control the flow of the water by simply twisting on for more and off for less, assuming you've got enough pressure to allow that to happen. So they come as a unit like this, and you simply snap this bit off here. So this bit connects into the pipe which goes to the spike, and this bit connects into the main pipe, the feeder pipe. So if you imagine this is the main feeder, this is the 16mm pipe. Put a hole in it with this tool here, and then that simply pushes into there and clicks into place, or snaps into place into the main pipe. So I'll start off by cutting a load of pipes, this 6mm pipe, connect it onto here. It's just a push fit. That's onto there, and this one pushes onto this one, onto this pipe. So I get these made up before I go down putting them in, because it just makes things a little bit easier. And then on the main pipe, if we're taking a feed off the main pipe, again, it's a hole with this this device, and these little red caps go in, and they work exactly the same way. They just push in, and you twist them to orientate them, and again, control the flow of the water on and off like this. So this tool here, this is for putting the holes in the pipe. Okay, so initially you start by making a small hole. I don't know if you can see that. That little sort of press thing pushing out there. So you start with that out. You push that into the pipe, and that makes the initial hole. And then you let that come back in, and then you press the whole thing through. I guess the idea is, if that was out all the time and pushed through, it'd not only go through this hole, it'd come out the bottom as well. So you'd have a hole all the way through. So again, push that one in for a start, then you retract it, and then you push it in, and you can see it's made two holes, and two holes there, and then this simply pushes into there and turns into place. Simple, isn't it? So I was up here yesterday looking at the levels of the water in the IBC tanks, and as you would have seen, they were full. The tanks were full. We spent, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours in the polytunnel weeding, and I was putting some more little sprinklers in. So I guess we were in there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I came up to turn the tanks off, and they were half full, half empty. So across the two, that's almost 1,000 litres of water used in 2 hours, which is surprised me no end. So I'm going to do a little experiment today. I'm going to time it for 30 minutes to see how much it goes down over 30 minutes with the valves open at the bottom, just to see, because it seems an extraordinary large amount of water to go. I mean, 1,000 litres in that short period of time. I mean, I've got nothing to base it on, but it just seems a lot. So I'm going to judge it off of this tank here because it's easier to see. You can see the water level there, which is just above the line there. So that's about 600, 625, 650 litres. I'm going to put it on for half an hour and see how much that deplenishes by. Okay, that's half an hour timed, and as you can see, we're down to just under 300 litres on this one. So that's 350. Yeah, 700 litres in half an hour has gone there. I'm a bit of a loss to that, to be honest with you. Seems massively excessive. I'm going to walk the line, make sure there's not a massive hole in the pipe somewhere where it's all leaking out, but I can't see how there would be. Perhaps we're going to have to rethink how we do this irrigation system. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.